Hi, my name is Anna Grace Raddick. So this is my third video, but this is actually for MetLife. And it's about communicating social responsibility to corporations like MetLife and Prudential. I've told every person in the United States government, and I wrote to the Pope, I told the Archdiocese in Boston, I also went to DC, and I went to the Conference on Catholic Bishops there. I've told everyone what your company is doing and that you hired some hitmen to burn my body with radiation in hopes that I'd get cancer. You may have the upper hand because you have a lot more money than I do, but that doesn't mean that you're right and that you have the right to murder people like this. And you may never be held responsible for your actions. But I just want you to know exactly what you people did to me. You basically fed me to the dogs or fed me to the lions. I was burned, I was raped, I was trafficked to sign one of your life insurance policies, which you've been doing for nearly 100 years now to women in this country. You have such a factory-like method of doing this to people. And I guess not many people have spoken up about it except for when they spoke up against Tauntines in 1897 when Congress made them illegal because so many people were getting murdered by Wall Street. I think you need to take your business elsewhere, your organized crime business elsewhere. This is a free country. People fight for people's rights in this country. They join the military, there's police that are protecting this place. This is a free country. You know what freedom is? Do you know what freedom is? Freedom is when people are free and they're not slaves and they're not basically commodities or items or objects to be exploited and murdered for life insurance. What's the difference between trafficking someone for organs and trafficking someone for life insurance? I think pretty much everyone knows what you've been doing, also to veterans, military, and police. You had no right to do this to me. You people, not only are you guys hurting me, trying to give me cancer, which is one of probably the worst ways a person could die, a horrible way to die, but you're also trying to ruin my social reputation, ruin my life, in many different ways, and I'm sure that you can imagine them. Well, I think it's not really any accident that someone chose me, given that my grandfather actually worked as a CPA on Wall Street. Someone probably selected me for this, and I was told that they did, so that you would know how it feels to see somebody, one of your own, go through this. You like to think it happens to the other guy. I could be your granddaughter. It doesn't take much. All it takes is a family moving out to a rural area, or maybe your son or daughter doesn't really have a mind for business, wants to do something else, maybe go with an artistic passion and kind of move out of state. And then they too can also be targeted for life insurance. I just wanted to say that as far as I know, Andrew Cuomo did uncover an investigation where you guys actually moved veterans' money. You didn't even tell their families that they were going to get the money, and you put it into your own accounts at a higher interest rate. If you're going to roll money around in your own company like that and openly money launder like that, why don't you just roll money around to save people's lives? If you're going to cook the books, why not cook the books to save a person's life? I don't think this has anything to do with money. I think this has to do with bloodlust. I think that someone doesn't want to look at this problem for what it is and fix it. How hard would it be to get the government and MetLife and Prudential, Wall Street basically, to talk about this issue, to see exactly what is going on? Why do all these people need to get murdered for life insurance? It's pretty barbaric. It's in the realm of like the Peruvian versions who were killed to basically make people stronger, or like sacrificial murders where people who were wealthy and powerful believed that they could get stronger and more powerful by sacrificing other people. We kind of live in what's called a civilized modern world where this is not necessary, and I really think that you guys are wrong, and you need to address the situation. People have the right to live. And I never really knew what freedom was until I went through this, until I basically became a trafficking victim. So in a sense, I am actually a slave to a financial grid, a financial system, for which I was funneled or trafficked into signing a life insurance policy. I could have gone to a different kind of trafficking, but I went into this. Someone targeted me for this particular trafficking item. And so in learning about it, I really do not understand why you people feel that you need to have me murdered. You guys are going a little too far. I contacted the Pope. I contacted every senator in DC, most Congress people, including some bigwigs like Senator McCain. I got a letter back from the president who knows what's happening. So I'd like to know exactly, why don't you call your hit off? You know, you might win, you might throw me into jail with all of your money, but that doesn't mean you're right. And you are wrong because you're not addressing the situation. This is a danger to society. It's a future of humanity problem. And I frankly do not understand why this item is being sold to people without a warning, without any kind of, nobody knows that these things are happening. There's tons of people that I've been made aware of that are actually in jail for murders they did not commit, their wives and their husbands. There's like tons of murders that have occurred that were staged, murders that have to do with cancer, accidents. This is wrong. It is wrong to condemn an innocent man, and it is also wrong to hurt people like this. People have souls, they have a great inner life, they have communities, families, friends. I don't see how you guys can't perceive that human value. I really can't understand where you're coming from. I do come from a business family, so I think my grandfather was a little ruthless, but he was a Catholic man, so I have a really hard time understanding where you're coming from and why you think you have the right to hurt me this way. You have no idea how badly I've been hurt. In fact, I've only told the police the tip of the iceberg. The ways in which I've been hurt are so horrible that it just doesn't even, like, the imagination cannot even think about it, because it's just been such a nightmare. I would like you guys to try something new. Could you please, if you're going to steal money and money launder against me, could you please just pretend I'm dead? Or maybe furnish a fake death certificate? I think the IRS will be okay, because I told the IRS, because my tax identity was also stolen. They know about this. So I personally think that the FBI, even your fraud department, and the IRS would probably be okay if in this one instance, for me and my ex-husband, by the way, if you guys just rolled your money around for once and tried to save a life. Try it. It might actually work. You might be pleasantly surprised that, hey, we didn't actually have to kill that person. And, you know, I just wanted to say the FBI told me to go to Manhattan to speak with Steve Kandarian. I went there twice, and you guys wouldn't even have a fraud officer meet with me. You guys are up to no good. And I would really consider a total turnaround, a change of heart. Because, you know, there's things that are much bigger than us. And I just, you know, I think you can never go wrong when you do the right thing. I think you can never go wrong when you do the right thing. When you do the right thing, you will always go right. And I really wanted to communicate that to Prudential and Metlife. And I think there should be also some kind of protections that police, military, and vets, that they